Guys, welcome to Podmatic.
Yes.
Today we've got Chloe and
Hello.
we've got Duggal.
Hi.
They are thespians, presenters, actors, voiceover professionals,
Yeah.
Yes.
right? So I know this is a little bit impromptu, but I thought in having you here today, it's a perfect opportunity to just kind of try out the kit,
Sure.
have a general convo, a bit of all combined chemistry test.
Yeah.
But I'm already loving like the vibes
Ooh,
you
between
guys-
me and Chloe.
in general.
I don't like her.
The vibes
We don't even know each
here. you could have fooled me.
This is acting.
Is it acting?
Acting
Improvisation.
101.
Listen, improvising. Yeah.
Absolutely. As soon as you walk in that room, improv,
Yeah.
switched
We're,
on.
we're
Yeah.
professional, you see. That's why.
There you go. If this is acting, then it's good for the bank. I would say it's worth the bank, right? 'Cause
Sign us up.
if it's acting, yeah, exactly. If it's acting, then that's some good acting. So
Thank you.
yeah, I was saying, guys, it's great to have you in Podmatic. I just call it Podmatic.
Mm.
Yeah.
I don't call it a studio or this studio or that studio. It's just Podmatic. But there's so much that happens that can be
Yeah.
done in here: podcasting, content creation, voiceover.
Mm.
Mr. Thespian over there will be able to tell me all the avenues, because I know there's great potential,
Oh, loads.
for voiceover, and that's
Yeah.
the reason why I was like, you know what, I'll have this in.
Yeah.
And even for the quiet times and quiet days, it's always good because there's always an author somewhere. There's always somebody with a
Yeah.
book that they
Yeah.
want to put on, on audio, and that's where I come in for the people that have found it to be inaccessible,
Mm.
expensive. If you come, we'll work it out. I'll figure out a way to help you put your book on audio in a quality
Yeah.
way as well, not just, so where when people listen, they're really enjoying the content,
Yeah.
that sort of thing.
Mm.
But guys, so I'll give it over to you. As you've come, you've met me. We've only just met today for the
Yeah.
first time, even though we've spoken.
Yes.
So virtual Zoom
Yeah.
initially, and this all came from like online, isn't it?
That's
So
So a
right.
good friend Martel,
Yeah.
and you guys reached out. I reached out back, and
Big up Telly.
right.
Yeah.
So we had the convo, and today we're here.
Yes.
I was saying,
It is.
I know, right? I'm glad that you could make it at the same time, because usually people are busy. Like, I know you guys have other things that you do. You're always, I'm the same. Like,
Yeah.
sometimes
Yeah.
I've got time, I don't have time. But what I always try and do is to make it work, like to find a way to make it work.
Yes.
But I'm so glad that you were able to come, or you are able to come today together,
Mm.
because we get to do this as well.
Yeah.
And this is like the first time in Podmatic that I'm having like a group conversation
Oh, really?
on the executive.
So we've broken the seal for the
Oh,
executive
you've
sofa.
broken, yeah, you've broken
the
this seal,
executive
yeah.
sofa
Your
seal.
privilege.
You've broken something else for this sofa, man.
All the rules.
I know,
All
right?
the rules.
Breaking the rules. Yeah, guys. So, welcome, and what are your first impressions? What do you think of Podmatic and here where we are and that kind of thing, to people that may be experiencing it
Yeah.
off the screens and they just hear about it? I've had a lot of activity on LinkedIn. So people will be
Nice.
seeing like, meeting people on LinkedIn. It's just building relationships. I love
Yeah.
to build relationships.
Mm.
I love to speak to people. But coming back, yeah, guys. So, what are
Go
your
for it,
first
go for it, Chloe.
impressions?
Go for it.
Thank you. I love it. I think it's fab. It's so
Mm.
versatile. Like, even just sitting here, like looking around, there's so much you can do with the place.
Brilliant.
And even like we were saying, like how versatile it is, moving the furniture around or
Mm.
moving the desk. The voiceover booth, absolutely fantastic. And I think,
Yeah.
like we were saying before, especially sort of within our industry, a lot of people, and also especially post-COVID, now everything's self-tapes,
Mhm.
don't have the equipment or don't have the money to invest in the equipment.
Yeah.
So that's a massive thing. And to have this in such an amazing place with free parking, easy to get to,
Cafe,
dressing
room,
room that's very posh,
which is very posh. Yeah.
Yorkshire tea.
I was gonna say,
Like,
listen, the coffee machine is coming. I spoke to a coffee guy today, Nescafe, right?
Love
So I was saying, like, I know that's something that will draw people
Yeah.
in, because people that love coffee, they love their premium coffee. So I was thinking to myself, that's definitely something I want to add as an add-on,
Yeah.
because I offer, you know, a premium product. So it'll be like, listen, if anything, just come for a coffee.
Premium all the
Come
way.
for a chat, come for a consultation,
Yeah.
come for a coffee.
Yeah.
And then also you guys were saying how the vibes are good in here. You know,
amazing vibe.
right?
Yeah, you just
It's
feel
been
you feel at home.
Yeah.
No, that's good.
Absolutely.
Like
feel at home.
we're not moving off this sofa.
No.
Right?
Ever.
Sleeping there.
It's so
Yeah.
comfortable.
This is
You
where we're
know,
having our dinner.
I was saying, I brought my daughter in here the other time during half term.
Yeah.
I think when I recorded with Helen, and she was like, "Dad, so is this like your second home? Are you going to be sleeping in here?" I'm like, no.
Little did she know
This
you
is-
are.
I know, right? I better not mess up at home. I'll actually end up sleeping in here.
Daddy's house.
Daddy's
Oh,
second
no,
house.
brilliant. Well, she's right though, isn't she? She's right. It's
She
fantastic.
is right.
It's like having
And-
4 or 5 studios in one in here. Isn't
Yeah.
it?
There you go,
absolutely.
and that's the
It's
point.
mental.
You know, I like that you said it that way.
Mm.
It is more than, it's about 10 studios in here, because as I say, the entire studio is a canvas. Any inch of this room you look at, just look at it as a potential to be filmed or to be
Yeah,
used
yeah.
as a backdrop.
Yeah.
Yeah, as well as the actual backdrop that I'm going to get. And that's the whole point. To be like, when I was thinking about it, I was like, okay, I've got this small space. How can I make it functional?
Yeah.
How can I utilize it whilst keeping the design, keeping everything looking all nice, but everything is useful? So even those pretty decorations you see there, those are acoustic panels, very powerful acoustic panels. Even these are acoustic panels. So everything looks on point, but then it's got a use. There isn't anything that's around here
Yeah, 'cause
that
you wouldn't
doesn't
know
have a
that's what
use.
they were.
Exactly. And that's the point. Modular is the word I was
Modular,
looking
yes.
for
Modular,
before.
yes.
Modular, right?
Yes.
Now we
In
know.
that, right, modular is in that every piece in here, that like little pieces everywhere, they move. Everything is
Yes.
kind of created to move.
Yeah.
It's created for high traffic as well, in that I've really minimized the cables and things like that.
Yes.
The most you get about cables is like that. When it's connected, of course you're going to get that, but even that's all right. Whereas when I used to be in my garage,
Yeah.
and it was cable galore. It was a hazard.
Yeah.
There were just cables everywhere. So all these cables, because there's so much stuff that has to be plugged in,
Yeah.
you couldn't even walk properly. So if you're going to be having clients in there, you better have liability
Yeah,
insurance.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh,
yeah, right.
Never thought about that one, did we?
Right. That one would have been like, well, you know, the garage is great, but
No, it is. It's really smart, really tidy.
yeah.
It's a cool place. It's a
It's
cool
so
place,
cool.
you know.
So
In
cool.
general,
I
isn't
think
it? The
it-
junction.
It's like what you made it. It's. I mean, you're a cool guy.
Thank you.
I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thank you.
Definitely a cool guy.
Yeah.
You definitely brought your
Yeah.
style
To this,
It's
yeah.
Brilliant.
I think it matches in well with the actual spaces, the junction, where you guys have come, just because the surroundings, the people, the
Yes.
way they've set it up. For me, it really matches and it blends in well
It really does.
with what I'm doing. And then it's always like this. It's kind of nice, calm, quiet, very accommodating, very hospitable.
Hugely. Yeah.
Right? And they've now got a system, a check-in system, self-check-in system. So when people come in, usually if you sign in, it alerts me that you're here.
Mm.
So within seconds, I can pick you up.
Yeah.
No messing about, no
Nice.
wasting time. The reason it works really well with Podmatic is the fact that I do a similar system as well.
Yeah.
So initially, it'll be a consultation. We figure out what we're doing before we sit down to record.
Yeah.
So when you're coming here, we're not coming to have a chat unless it's a consultation. You're coming to do the work. So
Yes.
we're not
Yeah.
figuring it out. We've already figured it out.
Yeah.
So from when they check in, they come, they'll be maybe able to sit down. They can come early, perhaps, go into the cafe or come early and have a tea whilst you look through your notes, look through, you know, there's also that feel of if you just need to ease yourself into the recording,
Mm.
that option is there as well, because they're like about 3 or 4 lounges.
Well, I
Yeah.
saw one of the lounges coming
Yes.
in, and I thought
There was that one.
was-
There's a
Yeah.
reception. No, and then there's.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put a sofa out here as
Nice.
well, so there'll be a direct lounge here,
Yeah.
and then there's one just in the bigger one there, and then there's a cafe also.
And even the lounges are nice, accommodating, very
Yes.
nice.
It's like a posh hotel, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah, it's really nice.
You guys were talking about
Boutique.
having you guys were talking about having a drink. There's a patio
No,
There
we
is-
didn't
yes.
say that.
No, I was.
Really?
I'm not grassing. No, but what I'm saying is that there will be those moments where, like, it's maybe we've had some big wins, right?
Yes.
Where things have worked
yeah.
out and we know we've worked and we've earned,
Yeah.
right? We've earned our supper, and you just want to have a drink. There's a patio, like upstairs where,
Nice.
like, with some outdoor where you can sit down.
Really?
Yeah, you sit down. So in the summer, spring, and things
We're
like that,
Well,
it's vibes.
guess where we're going this
So-
summer.
Right.
So-
It's vibes, you know what I'm saying? Even as we get on, of course we'll be doing collaborative work together. In
Yeah.
that if work comes in, I'll let you guys know
Yeah.
and we can come and do the work. But also for yourself, right? If you've got some work, you've got a client and you want to come and do some work in here, you let me know, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But you can have your client and actually sort of have meetings. There are areas where you can just sit with your client, discuss with them, plan whatever you're going to plan before you come in to do work here. So it's not just me to be like, oh, I have my clients I can sit with.
Yeah.
Even for people, let's say for example, that are planning to have podcasts in here,
Yeah.
they've got scope to be able to have that accommodation
Mhm.
with their own clients to kind of like sit down, ease into it, plan it, whether it's in the cafe, whether it's in one of the lounges.
Yeah.
There's also a little meeting room,
Oh wow.
and the number of quiet and meeting rooms around too.
like
Nice.
hot desking.
Hot
Is it
desking. Yeah.
Like a multi-purpose environment.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, it's
So
nice,
for
yeah.
people that have like serious clients, serious people, and you really want to do your work, you
Uh-huh.
can do that too. So I just feel like the scope of how this particular place supports what I'm doing, especially my business is in its infancy,
Yeah.
I think it's great. And when I was selecting it, I think that there are a number of things that I didn't even really consider or think about. But when I think about now, I'm like, it really works well.
Yes.
And this is why I can confidently come to you guys to be like, you know what, I do want to target the bigger guys,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
BBC Sounds and the Apples and the
nice.
Amazons and the Spotify. Just putting it
Yeah.
out there,
Yeah.
Law of attraction.
Put it up in the
I
universe.
hope you're hearing me.
Absolutely.
AI keywords, SEO.
Yeah, absolutely. Get some words in there. I think also like the timing. So
Yeah.
if we look at the time now,
Yeah,
you're not just a 9 till 5 thing.
no,
and that's
no,
massive.
definitely not.
Massive because
Oh,
know
yeah.
some
Yeah.
people might have a for example in our industry we might have
Yeah.
a self tape last minute.
Oh
We
yeah,
might be like, oh my god, Isaac, I've not got it set up at home.
Yeah.
I want it to be professional. I know this is going to be the best I can do here.
and I need it.
Can you let me in?
Quick.
Obviously depending on your family situation, but
Mhm.
I need it tonight. Can I come down for an hour tonight?
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be within that 9 till 5 frame or whatever. And I think that's a massive selling point as well because people need work all hours.
There you go. And I know with that level of accommodation, it's kind of like, for me, I'll pay for convenience.
Mm.
There are times when I've paid
Yeah.
if it's good and it's going to give me what
Yeah.
I need. It's not even a question.
Yeah.
Like money is not a thing. In
Yeah.
that, I just want that to be able to get
Yes.
the thing done properly.
Yeah.
Right.
Studio quality,
Yeah.
man.
Right.
And
That's
people
what
are
it
is.
busy.
There
They
you
just
go.
want it done.
Exactly.
Busy.
And as I said, like for me, the beauty is we craft it together,
Mm.
right?
Mhm.
And then when we come here, as you guys can hear the production,
Mm.
we're having the production now. You get the opportunity to quality test. If
Yeah.
you saw me, how many things did we do? Like you check the visuals
Yeah,
before
yeah.
we film. You can listen to the audio,
Mm.
and then after that, there's
Mhm.
also audio engineering that
Yeah.
goes in too. So
Yeah,
this sound, even though it's sounding so crisp and so good, I'll go remove the white noise,
Yeah.
remove some blemishes, make sure that it's even. So there is quite a lot of work that
Yes.
goes into it.
Yeah.
Mm.
As of the moment, because we're a young company, I think it's a great opportunity for people
Mhm.
to come take advantage of it. As we grow, things might start to change
Yeah.
and things might start to get
Well,
adjusted.
things will change.
Things
won't
will
they?
change,
Will
definitely,
change.
right?
Yeah.
So sometimes, opportunities come and people don't realize to be like, oh, you know what, this is a great opportunity. If you can
Mm.
catch it, come. I do
Yeah.
want to work with creatives.
Yeah.
I want
Take
to work with
every
young
opportunity.
creatives. And because now we're looking to bring in revenue where we can, I'm creating opportunities where even young people or students and things like that
Mm.
can take advantage
Yeah.
of this space. Well, it's there, and you never know
Yeah,
how
yeah.
it's going to set us up.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
for guys like yourself, when you come in here, what I love is like for you to have your own ideas. Like
Yeah.
you've been throwing ideas
Yeah.
to me
yeah.
the whole like
Yeah.
we could this could happen in here. We could do this. I love it. And that's the whole point of here. This is like an incubator.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Mm.
wanted to birth ideas and
Nice.
creations and
Nice.
content and
Yeah.
just several things that are even better than what my own scope.
Yeah.
And that's why, as I said, I'll be working with Dante, who is a professional videographer,
Yeah.
professional editor, professional graphics designer. I am hoping that I can learn some things and skills
Yeah.
from him and tap into that as well, refine the product and just get things to where they need to be.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't by any means say like, oh, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Right? It's good.
It's very
Really good quality,
Very good.
really good visuals.
Yeah.
Could always get better. It will get better.
Yeah.
Right? And then when you have different minds and it's a mastermind,
Mhm.
you never know what will come out and what will be created. But that's what I'm encouraging in this space. The versatility is come here to create.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And this is why I'm even embracing working with professionals.
Yeah.
Like, so you guys are professionals, right?
Yeah.
Because I know you can do something that I can't do.
Yeah.
I can sit on a microphone and talk, but you already teaching us tips, Duggal. When you're
Yeah.
saying like when you do
vocal warm-ups.
vocal and
Breathing,
I don't know anything about that. I would just go in there and start talking. Like, oh yeah, why is my voice? It's not really.
But then you can
with the
set up
voiceover.
the
Right?
equipment, so it works.
Yeah.
It works.
It works, right?
Absolutely.
There you go. So you have to know where to bring in the help, which I
Yes.
understand.
Yeah.
And something that I've been hearing a lot is you should surround yourself with people that are better than you. Even when you're building a company,
Yes.
Yes.
build
Yes.
with the people that know the things that you don't.
That's why you hang around with me, isn't it?
Well.
Right?
He knows,
If you're the smartest person in the room, there's a problem. Right?
Oh, damn.
No, not you.
I know. All right, Isaac. Not you.
Oh,
right.
Yeah,
I learned a lot from him, actually. He's very good, aren't you?
Definitely. There
I
you
try.
go.
Very good.
I try.
Yeah. And this is what I'm saying in general. I know we're laughing about it, but there's so much that you can learn from people that do
Yes.
something every day.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you guys do this for work, you live it, you've got the life experience.
Yeah.
There's so much I can learn from you, but also it's not just a one-sided thing.
No.
There'll be so much that you can do as well. And as I said
Absolutely.
to you guys,
Mhm.
I'm open in terms of having meaningful value exchange.
Yeah.
If there are things that you could bring in that benefits you and benefits me, absolutely, why
Yeah.
not? Yeah, it's not a one-way street.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to
Mm.
stay to anything where it's
Yeah.
one way.
Yeah.
It always works better when it's a symbiotic,
Yes.
meaningful type of
Absolutely.
relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that make
Mhm.
sense?
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
always say, like, look, at the end of the day, as you guys have been seeing me, like I've been going to a lot of events, networking events,
Mm.
been having so many meetings, I'm there like kind of seeding and planting
Mm.
and watering and that kind of thing. And I've realized that being a one-man band in a business, I have to make it happen.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have to make it's not just going to work. It doesn't matter how good the product is, it doesn't matter how good it looks, you still have to be there
Yeah.
speaking to people
Yeah.
and telling them and educating them. And then I remember I used to do a podcast one time, and there was a man that said to me, if you keep doing the right thing, eventually it clicks.
Yeah.
And he
Yes.
said,
Yeah.
you won't even notice it. He goes, just keep doing it.
Yes.
Don't feel disheartened. He goes, one day it will be like the floodgates
Yeah.
Yeah.
have opened, and it will seem, and the people that don't know, they'll think that it all happened overnight.
Yes.
No,
What-
people only ever see success.
Yes.
They never see the
Only ever.
Yeah.
the trouble getting
The
there.
trouble and the
Yeah.
hardships. What did I say to you guys? I've been networking since the middle of last year.
Mm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
like a lot of seeding, a lot of
Yeah.
work going in, and sometimes it's a slow kind of
Such
process.
slow process.
Yeah.
But people buy from people as well. And I think if you are, charismatic and you are
Yeah.
getting yourself out there
Mhm.
and you are a genuine person, then that's
can
what
sense
people
that.
want.
Absolutely.
And doesn't matter how good your kit is.
Yeah.
They buy people,
Yeah.
don't
Or,
they? And
or how fancy you are as a
absolutely,
person.
Yeah.
This is why, when I go to networking events, I wear a uniform.
Yeah.
I wear my yellow and black,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I wear black trousers. This is like I dress like an employee of Podmatic.
Well, you're an ambassador.
I am, aren't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the yellow
So-
suits you.
Right. Thank you. So it's to show, like, look, I'm here, and this is serious. This is professional. This is a business. to me, and I do really want to help organizations to create some amazing content. And even the ones about visibility and messaging, a lot of people don't have a clear message.
Yeah.
They're not visible. You look at their social medias and the content that's on there, it's like, well, you know, if the content that I see on your social media, if that's how you treat your business,
Yeah.
well, you need to rethink.
Yeah.
You've got to be
Because-
so careful what you put out there.
Right? They invest on everything else, but they'll just, oh yeah, it's just an Instagram. No, it's a representation
Yes.
of your business.
Absolutely.
This is what you're presenting.
Mm.
And I've noticed that when I go to Instagrams that are well presented,
Mhm.
automatically my impression of I'm like, oh wow,
Yeah.
right? It's,
Yeah.
you know, so you already get an impression, whether it's the audio, whether it's the stuff. If somebody's just using their phone and they're talking, or even if
Mm.
they're using very expensive equipment, if it's not done properly,
Yeah.
again, it doesn't do the job. It actually
Yeah.
does the opposite
That's true.
of
Yeah.
what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
And I was saying, for me, literally day in, day out, when I'm in here, it's podcast galore, as you guys can see, with all these mics and things.
Yeah.
I'm testing sound, I'm looking at that's what I do day in, day out.
Yeah.
So there are things that I can clock within a short period of time that somebody that doesn't do it daily, they won't even realize the
Yeah.
importance of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same as you guys, because you're in acting
Yeah.
and you do voiceover. They are things that you will know where you can clock it in 5 seconds
Yeah.
that I couldn't catch in an hour.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I appreciate expertise so much. I appreciate professionals so much, which is why for me, when it comes to certain things, I will gladly pay for somebody that has the
Yeah.
expertise and
Mm.
has the knowledge, because I know that that's how that thing is going to get done
Yeah.
correctly.
Correct. Yeah.
But that
Yeah.
works with like show reels as well, doesn't it? Like if you have a show reel and
Yeah.
you know we're doing it, and I know, you know, if you just do a scene just to show your ability, then that's
Yeah.
fine. But for a professional show reel that you want to get further in your career, the sound has to be right, isn't it? The pitch quality
Yeah.
has to be right. And
Yeah.
as an actor, yes, okay, we know enough about that, but we wouldn't know what you would know about that,
There you
because
go.
that's not what we do.
Yeah.
You know, so and that's why I think this space here as well for doing show, not necessarily show reels, but for
But
doing
voiceover
self tapes,
reels.
voiceover reels,
Voiceover
anything
reels,
that you're
yeah.
going out there on your spotlight,
Hmm.
the quality is going to keep people tuned in as well, isn't
Yeah.
There
it?
you go.
Rather than, like you were saying, just switch off. That's
Mhm.
that's poor quality.
And when it comes to quality content, it's almost like, you know, when you have a feeling like when you're listening to something and something just feels off, you're
Yeah.
just like, I don't know what it is,
Yeah.
but and when something feels off, what do?
Just switch off.
You turn
Just
off.
focus
Gone.
on that,
Right?
don't
You turn
the
off. Oh, you're
skybox or the fridge.
right. People, I
In the
was saying,
background.
right, the good quality stuff. I said I listen to a lot of podcasts, mind you.
Yeah.
I don't just make them; I consume them
Yeah.
like mad,
Mm.
right? And the ones that I like are the really casual, dialogue-y ones,
Yeah.
and the really quality ones, because I use it sometimes when I'm working, even when I'm editing. I use it as background noise.
Yeah.
Or sometimes I'll just have it in my headphones. I'm doing other things, but I've got it.
Yeah.
And usually when I'm doing work, it might be 2 hours, it might be 3 hours. There is no way I'm going to be listening to sound for 3 hours and the sound is
Yeah.
trash
Mm.
Yeah.
or it's blemishes, or because it's like it is pain on my ears. I'm not
Yeah.
doing that,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
it has to be on point. So people have to think about that, to be like, you know, when you're leading and you're putting out sound,
Mm.
somebody might actually be listening to that content for quite a long
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Can they sit through 2 hours, excuse me,
Yeah. Mhm.
of that content,
Mm.
right? Listening to it,
Yeah.
is the sound quality that good, or the dialogue and the way it, you know,
Mm.
is coming across? Is it something that somebody can listen to for a long time? But a lot of people don't consider that. They'll
Yeah.
just, oh, I've got expensive microphones, I've
It'll
done
be
this,
fine.
it'll
No,
be
it's not-
fine. No,
Not
it's not
always
going
the
to be
case,
fine.
as
Yeah.
you know. It's not.
Right. Yeah. So it has to be on point. And if you do those little things, you'll find that people will gravitate towards your content.
Yeah.
And sometimes they won't even realize what, I don't know what it is about Podmatic, but I just, I like their
Oh,
content,
yeah.
you know, even the
Yeah.
stuff that they generally wouldn't listen to.
Yeah.
They were like, yeah, I'm going to go there. Like there are a couple of people that I might shout out that I listen to a lot. There are a couple of young guys in London.
Yeah.
They're called the 90s Baby Show. Some of
Mm.
them,
Okay.
they have really grown their brand. They podcast
Yeah.
and they've been elevating. Their video quality has gone up. Their
Yeah.
audio quality is always going up. And I just find myself listening to them all the time.
Mm.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
would just be listening to their content, and sometimes it's actually subconscious. I just, do it, but that must mean that what they're providing is good.
Yeah.
And when something is quality, people will gravitate towards your thing
100%.
without it being effort.
Yes.
It becomes second nature
Yeah.
to them, right?
Yeah.
And even the big guys, the Joe Rogans and the Stephen Bartletts,
Yeah.
again, yes, Stephen Bartlett is another level,
Yeah.
right? But even with that, the fact that the quality and the visuals, the
Yeah.
amount of work that goes into what they do, people don't see the background,
Yeah.
but there is so much work.
So much
That goes so much research, and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
With me, with my small operation here, I do the same as a one-man band when I'm not recording or networking. I'm here figuring out which would be the best ways to do things and trying new things, trying new methods and that kind of thing, figuring out what works best and trying to roll that out on a mass scale. So like when clients come in, be like, if something worked with one client, I'll suggest it. Like, this really worked well with that client.
Yeah.
Would you want to try this?
Yeah.
And then we get on, that way.
You can literally show your clients like 10 different scenarios in this.
Yeah.
In this studio.
Duggal, I want to show them
it's your first
10,
commercial.
15, 20.
They won't
right?
They won't look.
Yeah.
They'll be like, oh, hang on, is that the same place?
Right?
Yeah.
Even the styles,
Yeah.
So is that the same thing? Yeah.
It's like that's not the same room.
No, it isn't.
It
right?
is the same room.
And you
And
wouldn't
it's
think
just the same quality wise.
right. And you wouldn't think it's this, it's not a massive place, but there's a lot of scope for what can be done with the shots, with the closer shots, with the wider shots, with the just so much. And that's the goal, is to get the content out, to create and to bring the people, bring revenue, so that when I'm now speaking to you guys, it'll be more just job criteria. Oh, guys, there's this job, who's are you able to do it, blah blah. Okay, we can, which times, we work it out and we do it. And I want to get to that stage where we're talking work more so. There's this job, what are we doing, pam, who can do it, and that kind of thing, pam pam pam. And before you know it, in a couple of months time, we're talking about being in a bigger, grander space that can have, most of these things can be in different rooms and that kind of thing, recording at the same thing. The vision's big.
It has to be.
The
vision
and you'll
is
get
big.
there.
You'll get
there.
So,
it's the behind the scenes work as well,
big.
isn't it? What you do in that, like you say, that people don't see that.
Yes.
And
there's a lot.
Yes.
There's a lot that goes in behind the scenes. There's a lot just even in general, getting out there, meeting the people that are the potential customers and clients. So I have been doing that. I am out there finding out, adjusting, figuring out. And my hope is that in the coming months, all this work that I've done, all the seeding that I've planted, we eventually begin to to pay off.
Yes.
Basically.
Well, you're making a solid foundation, aren't you?
There you go.
You make a solid foundation for anything.
Yeah.
And anything that's built on top of that is just gonna.
It will go.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is what I'm saying. Some of the things, as of the moment, some people might look at it and be like, oh, well, do you even need that? Well, if you don't really have, how come? But I'm setting the ground. Because for me, I already know what's to come. Now, even today at a networking event, I met a potential client that was telling me that they are not too comfortable with being on camera. So they were like, can I help them with that? I was like, yeah, I can do. And he said, but I would have to see. I said, you know what? Even if, let's say, you are completely not comfortable with the idea, I reckon I can find somebody that will stand in for you.
Yeah.
There comes Chloe. There comes Duggal. Do you get what?
Yeah,
I couldn't say that before. How am I going to say
course,
that when I'm not building those relationships and I don't know those people? You can't. But now I can say it with confidence, because I know there are people that I'm like kind of, building that connection with, so that when the opportunities come, then we'll be like, okay, guys, something has come up. Who's able to take it and that kind of thing. But it is early stages. It takes work. It takes a lot of work, and it will get there. In the end,
it will get there.
It will get there.
Yes,
it will. In the end, and it's like you said. I think it's to get the content out in the different scenarios. The different ways that things can be done in here. I can't wait for that to be presented. To people, to the world. That kind of thing.
Well, listen, if you need people to come in and sit over there on the mic and look really.
We know some people,
right?
don't
we know some people.
Oh dear.
Yeah. We know
Bring them next week, right? I was saying,
Make it look busy for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, let's get that done.
We're
And let's
great
get
background
some.
artists, aren't we?
We don't do background work.
Yeah, extras.
We're
Right.
brilliant extras.
You're not Ricky Gervais. Yeah, no, I was saying, I mean, with that, I'll tell you, probably won't be necessary, but in terms of shooting promo shots, that would be great. We'll get that done, get it out there, and that kind of thing, and begin to do work. But so far, what I'm really so glad about is the reaction that people get when they come here, and even the way you guys, and you can see it's genuine with people. It's a similar reaction that I've got with different people that have come into the space. And if I was to film every person that comes in here and their reaction, you'd think I've coached all of them.
You totally should have done,
right?
Yeah, you should.
Because it's always,
that.
it's like, people have seen pictures and they've seen me, but when they come here, it's not the same thing. It's different, like being in here and that kind of thing. So which gives me the confidence to be like, you know what, definitely. Once the clients are coming in, if they've got that vibe, they're going to sign up for long, like for long terms, months and that kind of thing. And that's great. That's great for us. That's great for you guys. It means it's revenue for the business. It's revenue for you guys as well. So, which is the goal, to get us all working.
Win-win.
Like, I've literally created this space to be a high traffic studio. People in and out. And this is why I was saying, that's why the majority of the things in here are modular and there's minimal trip hazards or wires and things, because I understood that I want people coming in, out, work getting done, getting presented,
Quick
getting put out,
done.
quick turnaround. With this, it's there, Pam, once we're done, it's in the cooker, start cooking, get it ready, and then there's no messing about, there's no setup, there's no tripods and connecting this, there's no time for that. Nobody's got time for that. I don't have a crew, right?
No.
I couldn't do that, couldn't work.
Yes.
So with having things stationary and ready to go, like literally the only setup I had to do was like get the cameras properly set and then just plug in the wires and we're good to go. Whereas if you were somewhere else, they would have to do the tripods and connect do this and
get
this light,
and then the light there. The lights are just up there. They get
Yeah.
moved here a little bit. Some lights there, and Bob's your uncle.
Brilliant.
Right? So the whole thing is created to function. It is created for those people that are looking for quick minimalism, even the ones that don't have space in your budget. You know you've got a small budget, but you're trying to make it work. Come.
Yes.
Let's do that. That's what we're actually here to do.
Yes.
It's a highly organized entity.
There you go.
Yeah,
there you go.
And you can get so many things out of it.
So much done.
So much. Even now, I'm looking around. I think
I know.
we could be doing that. We could be doing that.
There, we could have been here.
Saturday, somebody
Like,
could be reading a book on that.
Ideas.
Some fire in the background.
Some fire in the background. You know why it means so much though? It's like when it's coming from a creative, when a creative can sit and feel that way, that means a lot to me. Because people that create, obviously you guys understand. Do you get what I mean? How it is and that kind of thing. And if you're getting ideas and you're getting inspired, that's a good thing.
Oh my God, you can't
As
not. As
soon
soon
as
as
you
you walk
come
in, you're like, we can do that.
really?
Like
there
your
you go.
mind's going. Yeah, absolutely.
mental.
Which is great. And the thing is for that to translate, I think with that sort of mindset, as I said, if there's potentiality to even do your own work with clients and it's like, okay, you convince them, they come, that's potentiality to create your own stream of income and figure out how you can serve those clients, because I feel like there are different ways to do things. There are consultational aspect, there are things where obviously I can come, I'll charge them what I charge for here, but on your part, if you've got your own thing where either you're getting them more confident or you're doing whatever to help them get them ready for this space, that's a whole avenue of business as well that you could create with yourself. And then if we speak and I know that that's something that you're doing, you're bringing business here, we're talking really as partners and business people. Do you understand? It's not really a one-sided relationship where it's like, oh, you're coming and I'm hiring you, and no, that's not what I'm doing. I'm collaborating with professionals that are helping me to deliver what I need to deliver, and I prefer to work that way. Because
which
it
I think
sounds nicer
is better.
that way.
Yeah, it does.
Doesn't it?
Sympathetic.
Which is how like you guys do things, isn't it? Like as actors.
Absolutely, you need a whole team.
Yeah.
Because without everybody,
Well, yeah, you're nothing.
you know, you can
Listen.
stand there and learn a script, but
Right.
without the whole team,
What's the point?
You can't do.
you
Yeah,
can't
and
do
it's like
anything.
movies. If you look at the credits
Yes.
and the amount of people in the
Huge.
cruise, oh my
Huge.
God, over 200, 250
Oh my
people
gosh.
on
Yeah.
payroll. No
Yeah.
wonder those movies
I
cost
know.
millions of dollars.
And the thing is, the actors always like to
Jesus.
think they're like the main, don't they?
Yeah,
But they're totally not. They're like the
light
smallest
people
part.
are different.
Like,
The sound
oh my
engineers,
God.
they're
Yes.
oh my God, it
Yeah.
takes
Actors
a
are
lot.
just storytellers.
Yeah.
Right.
We tell a story,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and we
Yeah.
look good on the screen.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
And-
you know.
But-
I mean, I don't reckon much to your makeup, Isaac, but you know. I mean, your
I
makeup
was-
artist, not your
okay.
makeup.
Yeah, I don't know which makeup. Hold on a minute.
I mean, your makeup team for us.
It's like, Isaac, your missus is gonna hear of this. Makeup, which makeup? Where is it?
Sorry, I meant your
No,
makeup
no,
team.
it's okay. To be fair, even in general though, here there might be some people, because they are still on screen, so there might be
Yes.
some people that actually get to use,
Yeah.
makeup to make sure that they're not looking too light.
Yeah,
and
just
Yeah.
so
anti
it's standard, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Anti-shine, yeah. And this perfect plug-in for the dressing room. It's got a big
absolutely.
mirror,
There you
right?
go.
So if you need to put your anti-shine and things like that, you were saying it looks like
Yes.
what? You say the setup looks like? Did you say GMTV?
No,
it,
this
it
was
looks,
this morning?
looks like the one show.
the
One show.
The
There
one
you go. You
show.
say like the one show, right?
Absolutely.
So really, it kind of is TV, and normally you still have to do the same things that you have to do,
Yes.
on TV, like with the
So you
Yeah,
could
yeah.
see this
Stuff.
on screen, and you would not think it's in a room.
yeah,
somewhere
like
Right.
what's
in
behind it.
Redfield.
You
Right.
would not
Really, you would
ever
not.
think.
Exactly.
I look
that's
at
the
screen
point.
and it's, that's a TV show.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the whole point.
That's
So he's making it work.
that's what
Yeah.
it exudes. So
Yes.
that's what you're getting from this.
Yes, and
Yeah.
it's making it work, and then beyond that, everything else comes off of the back of that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like Netflix. Netflix started with CDs.
Yeah.
It
They were
was,
sending
yeah,
CDs
yeah,
in
yeah,
envelopes.
yeah.
Have you seen Netflix now?
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Amazon started in the garage.
yeah.
He was sending boxes
Yeah,
by
yeah.
himself in his car.
And now look,
Look at
Wow.
Amazon. He even there's a famous photo of Jeff Bezos with Amazon, and he was just in the office with
written.
a sign
Yeah.
written Amazon,
Yeah,
So it's like you sat with your sign.
right?
Couple of years time. Who
Podmatic.
knows?
It might be on a building.
it will.
It will be.
It will be on a
change
building.
it.
Come
Yeah,
on.
it will be.
It will be on a
Mindset.
building.
I really need to change my language,
Yeah.
don't I?
Because your language changes your thought process.
It does change the thought
and
process.
then your thought process changes everything,
Everything.
else around you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I was saying, I am in a season of abundance mindset, and I have been thinking abundantly.
Mm.
And this is the reason why I've really been meeting people, building relationships,
Yeah.
speaking to people like
Yeah.
yourself, because I'm already coming into a season of abundance and believing, I'm God fearing, believing that everything God is going to be
Yes.
providing
Mm.
for me.
Yes.
I am already believing that it's already here,
Yeah.
right? So somebody else looks at it, they'll think, well, what is he doing? Don't worry about it. It will make
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
It will make sense as we go on.
You
But
have to believe. You have to.
I say to myself, it's good to just be in that season of abundance and
Yeah.
then get ready for what's to come.
Yeah.
Mm.
And if you're going to have things coming, you have to be ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if they come and you're not, and you're trying to make quick relationships after,
Yeah.
how's that going to work?
Well, like you said, you've already
Yeah.
done the legwork. You've met
Exactly.
quite a few people.
Yeah.
You've met us now.
Yeah.
You've created this magnificent space over here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all you need is keep on watering those plants, and it's just
Yeah.
gonna.
I'm going. Yeah.
gonna
And
come out.
as I said, even with you guys, where you are, you're in professional setups and things like that. If ever you come across people that you feel would find value in here,
Yes.
or I would find value in speaking to,
Mm.
shout me,
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
point me in the
Yeah.
direction. I'll go. I always love
Yeah.
doing intros and selling myself all day, every day. I would do it. And I was like, yeah, that's great, to
Yes.
do. And it'll be the same, even as we do work together. It will be when other opportunities come about,
Yeah.
I'll be able to guide you, to those opportunities
Yeah.
and that kind of thing.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, it's
Brill.
been good.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you for
We
having
call
me.
it a day.
This has been brilliant,
Right.
I really enjoyed this.
It's been a
I
great
did
night,
too.
What,
haven't
even
we?
what time is it
I
even?
know. It's like,
Oh my God.
It's 7:30.
It's half seven.
Yeah. There
We've
we
been
go.
here for, I don't know how long. He's had us for weeks. Help.
I know, right?
Help. I've lost weight. These aren't even my clothes.
How long have we been here? We've been here for 3 weeks.
I haven't showered in 3 days.
Yeah, tell.
You can tell. Oh my god.
Cheeky.
What are you talking about? I know, right?
Oh,
Oh no, thank you,
All right,
Isaac.
guys,
Thank
thank
you.
you
Yeah,
so
thank
much.
you, Isaac.
All right,
Pleasure being
brilliant.
here.
Yeah, cool.